Auditor General has reported that the Wynne Liberals have spent $17.4 million on government advertising. The auditor said that the primary goal of these ads were to, quote, foster a positive impression of the government party. These include a $3 million infrastructure campaign, which the auditor said were self-congratulatory and aimed at ensuring that government gets credit for its potential future spending plans. $17.4 million is a 33% jump in advertising in a single year. Are Ontarians to take it as a coincidence that the government has increased its advertising budget by 33% the year before an election?
Wow. Thank you. Deputy Premier.
Treasury Board.
President Treasury Board.
Yes, thank you very much, and I'm very pleased to respond to the question and to the report from the Auditor General. And I'd like to begin by noting that, of course, we are and continue to be the only province in Canada that actually has government advertising legislation. I also want to talk a little bit about the numbers, because it is true that the numbers increased from last year's estimates, but that's primarily because that there was.
The member from Renfrew, Nipissing, Pembroke is warned.
Primarily because money that had previously been in ministry advertising lines were consolidated into the central advertising line. So when you actually compare apples to apples, then you find out that, in fact, there was only a $6 million increase in the advertising budget, and I'd be happy to explain that.
Supplementary.
I think you need to explain it to the auditor. The government continues to claim that they are complying with the legislation, but they neglect to mention that they were the ones who watered down the legislation, and it actually weakens the Auditor General's oversight. The AG report shows that there is a massive loophole in government legislation. The loophole has allowed the government to spend nearly $5 million on digital ads, Facebook and social media, with zero approval needed from the Auditor General. That is why, under the People's Guarantee, Patrick Brown and a PC government will return the Auditor General's oversight for government advertising. Will you commit to doing the same?
Thank you. Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Thank you. President Treasury Board.
So if we could just sort out some accurate information about the legislation. The original legislation which they support did not give the
member from Leeds Grenville is warned.
Did not give the auditor the authority to review. The legislation which does give the auditor the authority to review digital advertising is our revised legislation, which currently exists. So to go back to what I was saying before, it is true that there is a $6 million increase in the bulk media buy line this year. That is related to the fact that we are translating into more languages. It is related to the fact that we insist that all government advertising be compliant with the Ontario Disabilities Act.
Answer.
And that, in fact, the cost of digital advertising has gone up, not because so much the volume has gone up, but just that the cost of placing an ad in digital media has gone up because it's a more popular.
No question. The member from Nickel Belt.